Where did the major art movements of the 20th century originate? Exciting news for art enthusiasts. The question on many minds is where the major art movements of the 20th century actually began. If you are curious about the roots of modern art, you are in the right place. Let's break down the origins of these influential movements. Most of the major art movements started in Europe and the United States. Cities like Paris, New York, and Rome became cultural hotspots for artistic innovation. Impressionism kicked off in France during the late 19th century, around the 1870s. This movement was a response to traditional academic art. Impressionism focused on capturing natural light and everyday scenes. Artists like Claude Monet and Pierre-Auguste Renoir played key roles in this movement. Their approach paved the way for future developments in modern art. Next came Fauvism, which emerged in France in the early 20th century. This movement was led by Henri Matisse and André Derain. Fauvism was known for its bold colors and simplified forms, marking a significant shift in artistic expression. Cubism, another major movement, originated in Paris around 1907. Pioneered by Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque, Cubism broke objects into geometric shapes. It presented multiple viewpoints at once, changing how art was created and perceived. Collage became a prominent technique in the early 20th century, especially within Cubism. Artists like Picasso and Braque used this method to assemble various materials onto a canvas. This technique saw a revival in the 1960s with the rise of pop art. Pop art began in the late 1950s and early 1960s, mainly in the United States and Britain. This movement drew inspiration from popular culture and mass media. Artists like Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein challenged traditional fine art by incorporating imagery from advertising and comic books. Abstract Expressionism took shape in the United States, particularly in New York, during the 1940s and 1950s. This movement emphasized spontaneous and subconscious creation. Artists like Jackson Pollock led this shift, moving the art world's center from Europe to America after World War II. In Italy, the post-war period saw a mix of avant-garde and modernist styles. Artists reacted to political and social changes, showcasing new directions at venues like the Venice Biennale. To sum it up, the major art movements of the 20th century primarily originated in European cities like Paris and Rome. Later developments in the United States, especially New York, played a significant role in shaping modern art. These movements reflected a shift from representational to abstract forms, often responding to the changing times.